Hey guys, so today is part 3 of our 3-part series on the West Mesa murders. So it's the conclusion, we get some resolution, and we find out what happened to the 11 women. Well, there was 12 victims actually, because one of the women was pregnant. So there's also a baby that was, I don't know, inadvertently murdered maybe. I don't know if he knew she was pregnant or not, but 12 victims that were found in the desert of West Mesa, buried in shallow graves. So thanks to the detective work of Ida Lopez, who is a superhero, as I've said, and the other investigators from the FBI, as well as their local team that got involved and got behind her, I feel inspired by her. To come together and work diligently to bring these women some justice and find these families some answers and some peace. Stay tuned to find out the dramatic conclusion of our 3-part series on the West Mesa murders. We're speaking only in clicks today, everybody.
Oh my
goodness.
Hello.
How are you guys? Welcome back to our channel, 2 Peas in a Crime Pod. And one of the peas has really amazing bangs.
She bang.
She do bang. Your hair is awesome.
Thank you. I just trimmed my bangs yesterday.
They look fantastic. My bangs are, like my whole head needs trimmed. It's just, everything is very blah and grown out, and my color's grown out, and it's an ombre now. But anyways, this is our channel.
We're on episode 57, but it's part 3 of a 3-part miniseries on the West Mesa, New Mexico murders.
Yes, a captivating story.
It is. You definitely want to catch 1 and 2, and if you're here for part 3, it's going to be good.
Yes, I can't wait to see. So I was privy to this case. I tuned Mom into this case. And then I fell asleep during the episode that I watched that was really good. And so I don't know how it ends. Like, I don't know if they ever found the guy. So I can't wait for part 3 because all I know was how amazing the investigative work was so far. And I just really hope that she was able to see it through, like, for the victims, for herself, for the families. Like, I just hope that there's some sort of resolution. I mean, at least she found most of the girls, and that's some form of resolution, but I'd like to see justice. So
yes, so this investigator, her name is Ida Lopez. She built a list of 18 women in the area that had gone missing, and they all kind of had similar things.
No one else saw any connectivity between these women but her. This was her list.
And then in West Mesa in the desert, somebody found 1 bone, and it turned into 11 bodies were found, buried in, shallow graves in West Mesa. So all 11 of the people they found were on her list of 18. So they found 11 of the 18 in this area.
I don't have a good feeling about this. I feel like they're not going to be able to. My prediction is that they never caught the guy, because I feel like if they caught him, they would have pressed about where the last 7 were. And you keep saying that only 11 were recovered. But maybe you've just been really good about not letting on that they did.
I've been trying to be good at not giving away.
You've given
ending.
Nothing. So
like in the last couple of episodes, I've been really trying to build the suspense so that you don't know what happens right at the first sentence.
Yes.
I don't know if I've been doing a good job of that.
One time you said something that I interpreted as he never got caught.
Oh, okay.
You said something and I was like, oh, I know what Mom means by that. And I don't think you meant to say it, but I picked up on it.
Well, Miss Big Forehead Brain.
I don't know, though. Maybe I've read it wrong, or maybe I was just being hasty in that moment of what I was saying. But I don't know. We'll see. That's why we're here, because we want to know. We want to see.
We do want to know.
But my hoodie today is from an episode 57.1. I talked about the Office box, where you can subscribe to get these quarterly deliveries of like specialized things from the show The Office. And this Pretzel Day hoodie is one of the things that came. So
Oh, I love it. It's got Stanley.
It's got Stanley on it.
Nice.
So, yeah. And Marissa was getting them too for a while. So we have a lot of like
course.
matching stuff.
Nice.
So, yeah. We've shown up places. Like we went out one time with my friend Tim at this place up in Medina. They have like pool and that like table bowling game and like different activities and stuff. I can't remember the name of is it called the warehouse, the junction, the factory maybe? I can't remember. It's called something. It's a pretty cool place up in Medina, but I invited Clay and Marissa and they came up and Marissa walked in wearing black leggings and her black Threat Level Midnight hoodie. And I was wearing black leggings and my black Threat Level Midnight hoodie. And everybody was like, but we were like, hey,
I love it. That's awesome.
So, unintentional twinning. Yeah. Good times.
Very.
So
you guys are cute.
Last episode, Mom was talking about how she's not an alcoholic. She's just not good at speaking. And she started singing. She loves pina coladas and she started singing Pina Colada. And I don't know why, but as soon as the episode ended, and I was like, you know, the thing about that song is that in no fucking universe are a wife and a husband gonna show up to a restaurant to meet their intended secret lover that they found via newspaper ads and see their spouse is the one that responded and be like, this is funny. This is silly. We're soulmates. This really seals the deal. I love you. Let's go fuck on a dune. No, that story is going to end in a case that we're going to cover on our channel.
That's hilarious.
No one's going to be cool about that.
Right.
That whole song is kind of just fucking whack, but
it kind of is. A lot of songs from that era are just kind of fucking whack.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I got bored with my lady, so I put out a wanted ad about getting my dick sucked. I saw that there was this other wanted ad that this lady had already wrote, and she seemed horny and she seemed down. She was adventurous. She loved all this adventurous shit that my boring ass wife isn't into. And I was like, all right, let's make it happen. Let's get shit popping. Wouldn't you know, I show up and it's my wife, her old familiar voice and smile and laugh. What? Why didn't your wife ever feel comfortable telling you that she likes pina coladas and getting caught in the rain? Like those are pretty.
Getting cocked in the rain.
Getting cocked in the rain. If you like pina colada. Oh my God. Anyways, I just thought I should share that. I don't know why I waited last time. I should have said it in real time, but as soon as we ended, it was like on my mind. I was like, and another thing. What the fuck is with that song? Now I'm fired up.
You reminded me of my new famous comedian of whose name is right out of my head. But I follow him on Facebook and he's always got reels because I follow him. So I always see his little comedy snippets.
Yeah.
He is hilarious. He's like, does anybody else feel a little weird about this song? He's like, it starts out like this. Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go away and leave you all alone? I had a bad desire. And the way he says it
is like, yeah.
And that song is just that creepy when you think about it. And then there's that other song, the one that I love, and I hate it. It's about she's just 16 years old.
Leave her alone, they say.
I love that song. What's it called? If I could fly into the night.
If I could fly, I'd lift you up. I'd take you into the night and show you love like you've never seen. Ever seen. Yeah. You want to know why she's never seen that love? Because she's 16.
It's so creepy. This grown man, and he's like, goes to the house, and the dad's like, get out of here. Well, they don't know what love is. And I just, another one that pisses me off. This one pisses me off.
Oh, Mom gets mad?
And this is one of my all-time favorite bands.
I didn't even know that model had that feature. Go ahead.
Rolling Stones, #1 favorite band. #2 favorite band, Leonard Skinner.
Rolling Stones is your favorite band?
Yes. Favorite rock band.
I didn't know that.
Favorite rock band. Yes, you did, because you're always dogging me on them, how much you don't like them.
No, I really don't feel like we bring that up much. You know, the Rolling Stones.
If any of my riders ever say, so who's your favorite?
You'll say Rolling Stones?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. I guess I didn't. I guess I always assumed that it was like Leonard Skinner or Tom Petty.
Well, I love
And I know, but
them.
And Rolling Stones is another one where when I was really young, my dad said this band is shit, just like Led Zeppelin and Def Leppard. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, well, then I'm not listening to them. And then the older I got, the more I heard the songs, I was like, this band's kind of fire. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. Like, I shouldn't have let him.
So you've changed your mind about it?
Yeah, I like the Stones. Yes, yeah.
I love this. Do 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 do. It's the greatest band in the world. Anyways, okay. Leonard Skinner's second favorite rock band.
Yes.
I just have always loved their music. I remember describing them as genius before when I was listening to some of their ballads. Like they've got Tuesday's Gone, excellent.
Simple Man. Excellent.
Totally excellent. And then Freebird, which is the one. That's the one that they got famous on. And I've always loved that song until I kind of grew up and was just like, you know what? Fuck you, Ronnie Van Zant. You got to leave here tomorrow. Would I still remember you? No. Piss off. I'm not going to sit here if you want to leave me and remember you. It's a fucking horrible notion. Why did hippies all be like, oh, yeah, I want to be the guy
I'm as free as the bird.
I want to be as free as a bird. And the guys are like that. And the women are like,
and you can't chain me.
Yeah,
bitch.
We'll just wait for
Don't even try.
We'll still remember you in a good way. Fuck that.
Anyways, I'm shocked to hear this.
Right.
You seem like a kind of person that's a free spirit. Like, we can have a one and done and just think fondly of the moment. And then you're on your way because that's your quest. And I'm on my way because that's my quest. And yes, I'll remember you fondly. And I don't want to chain you. I just thought that you would think of it as like a total fucking hippie child. And not like see like the completely selfish and immature way of thinking of.
Well, I used to think of it that way when I was younger, but now I've changed.
And now you're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're as free as a bird. Fuck you.
Yes, I've changed. I guess.
Go fly into a fucking power line then, whatever.
That's hilarious. I still love the solo. I still love the musicality of the song, but I can hardly listen to it. Literally, hardly listen to it on my playlist. If it comes on, I just fast forward it.
I just never
pisses me off.
You know something? I love that song, but I don't think I have a lot of Leonard Skinner saved to like my save list. Something odd about my Spotify save list. Some of my most favorite songs aren't saved on it. Like I have a lot of Taylor Swift that's not saved on there. I have a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers not saved on there. Spice Girls, a lot of Spice Girls not saved on there because when I get in a mood, I just go to like spot like that album and then listen to the album through. And I'm like, I don't need it to be on my playlist. Like I know it. Like I didn't say my save list became a lot of songs like, oh, I love this ad. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like I've actually gone back and been like, Courtney, you need to add more songs from Stadium Arcadium. Because when you're listening to Shuffle, why wouldn't you want your favorite jams to come? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just weird. That's not how I built my saved list, which has like 1 million fucking songs.
Right.
So, and when I'm in a Taylor Swift mood, I just type one of her songs and then like let Spotify do its work and like listen through. So,
oh, you like Taylor Swift? Here's this song.
Listen to 800 of them. Sure. And I will. But anyways, I don't have Freebird saved. I've got Simple Man. I've got Two Steps. I've got That Smell. Like I have a lot.
3 steps.
Oh, did I say 2 steps? I'm thinking a 2-step. DJ Onk, sorry. I have a lot of that saved, but I don't have Freebird. And sometimes I wonder if it's subconsciously that some songs are so special to me that I only want to hear them when I'm really in the mood and not like never play them out. You know what I mean? And so Freebird's one that never comes on my, and I love, if I hear it, I'm so excited. Hotel California is another one. I don't have that on my list.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to play it out. I love that. You know what I mean?
Like, I get it. You just want it to always be as good instead
I
of,
want to be psyched every time I hear it instead of like what happens, like what's inevitably like, what do I have? I have Under the Bridge on my playlist. And when it comes on, I'm like, okay. Yes. For the 900th time, I love you. Next. Like, I want to hear, like, what else is going on though? You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
So yeah, it's just, Freebird is a good one though.
Okay. You know how you get like that muscle memory of a song and it takes you instantly to a place or a time?
Yes.
For me, Freebird takes me instantly to this party that my mom took me and Carly to.
Yikes, already.
We were like probably, I would say 12 and 13. And I was 12, Carly was 13.
Before you finish, I want to say that whenever I hear Freebird, it takes me right to the scene in Forrest Gump where Jenny's like coked out in that guy's apartment and she's just like debating her whole life. And she's like, you know what? I can't live like this. And she goes out to the balcony and it's like, and she gets up on the balcony and she's thinking about jumping, but then she doesn't and she sits down. And why I wanted to interject was, why do I feel like that's what you witnessed at the party that you went to, was your mom fucking wilding out and you... Like your mom was Jenny in that scene with you and Carly there.
Totally legitimate thought. But no, this was an amazing time. My mom was happy during this time.
Oh, okay.
She was divorcing Todd, who had made her miserable and feel unloved for years. And I'm not going to out anybody, but now we know why that was, that she felt unloved.
She was also kind of just unlovable. That could be it.
She didn't start out that way. Let me just tell you, my mom was a sweet, fun person in the beginning.
Really?
But then she married these men that treated her like shit, left her like a free bird, and then married Todd, who...
Wasn't that just not that into you?
He was just not that into her. And, you know, she thought the whole time that he was having an affair with somebody else or something. I mean, they were together from the time that I was like 2 or 3 till I was 12.
A long time.
That's a long time to be with somebody and wonder if they're really into you and start feeling bad about your body and feel bad about yourself. And it's no wonder she wanted to drink so much. And anyways, it's not all that, but that's just a small piece. But anyways, we went to this party and she was in a good mood and having fun, and they were playing Freebird, and it was like a yard party out in the middle of the country, and the house and the doors and the windows were open, and me and Carly were inside playing with whatever I'm trying to think of what we were doing.
Kick the can, you know.
We were 12 and 13. Oh, we would have had our
like
Walkmans,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Freebird was on. And everybody was in a good mood and having fun. And there was like a barbecue smell and people drinking beer and just having a good time, and none of the crazy shit that my aunts usually do, like take their bras off and go around naked at the party and, you know, fighting and men drunken and,
I imagined it was going to be
calling women bitches. And that's the typical party where my mom passed out and me and Carly are crying because she thinks she's dead. No, this was just a good time. And then she was in such a good mood. Like I said, I was 12. She took me in the car and let me drive down the country road. As a 12-year-old, she let me be behind the wheel, and she just wanted to experience that with me. And
that was nice. It still seems like something that a drunk woman that's not very balanced would do. But I can understand from a 12-year-old's perspective how it was a great day. Absolutely.
The point is, she wanted to do something nice for me. That didn't come around
often.
Much.
Yeah.
It wasn't in her mindset. It was always, I want to do something nice for myself, not I give a shit about how my kids feel. And she was just in a good mood. And it's amazing how when you get away from a man that you're unsure about and start feeling good about yourself, and other men are paying you attention. And she had gotten, she was one of the first people back then. They called it stomach stapling. Now they call it gastric bypass.
Yeah.
She had a stomach staple where they just, stapled the stomach. They didn't bypass anything. And she lost like 100 pounds, 130 pounds. And she looked really good. And she's getting attention from men, and she was feeling good. You could tell. And it was just a good time. it was amazing how what I was saying is when you get away from somebody that makes you feel like a piece of shit and start enjoying life, it affects all of your other relationships. And, she was wanting to have fun with her kids too, instead of us just being another burden in her life.
Yeah.
But not that taking us to a drunken party with a bunch of bikers was necessarily the greatest parenting, but it was okay at the time.
It was a shinier moment.
It kind of reminds me of the movie Mask with Cher when she's playing the biker chick.
Yeah.
And they have that gathering.
Yeah.
It was like that feel. It was that kind of a feel. So
I think the moral of the story here is that us as women need to stop letting our happiness be dependent upon how a man is treating us and upon having a man or attention from a man at all. I think happiness is found within, and that sounds corny, but it is the absolute fucking truth. And you need to be able to be happy on your own. And when you're happy and you're happy for you and you're living your most best self for you, you will attract what's good for you in. When you're seeking attention from a male to feel good, you're going to find the wrong male. And when your happiness is dependent upon another person, that's turbulent,
This is the girl that I raised. I don't know how I raised her to be this intelligent, but she is.
Your mom spent so many years
with the wrong guy.
And first of all, I said,
it started with her dad, who just abandoned her.
Yeah, she had daddy issues, as many women do. And that right there is what you should learn from a young age, and it doesn't. And it's not through any fault of your own. It's a little societal and a little just instinctual to feel like I must not be good enough then. Mm-hmm. And to start seeking, it would be nice if someone would fucking love me that's a man.
Well, and then my mom was incredibly beautiful as a young woman. She kind of looked like Cher.
Very much so.
She got sexual attention, and that felt good. That felt like love. Unfortunately, it wasn't. And then
the problem is that many people go through that. Your mom was still in that, I'm 22 and I confuse sex for love, and I confuse attention for fulfillment, actual fulfillment, and I confuse a quick high with a long-lasting, stable, good feeling. She was still doing that to the day she fucking died. Yeah. She never... her whole life was just from 22 just this
yes till she died at 69 yes
over and over again, just never a fucking lesson learned. No, that's my issue, is that everybody goes through that, and that's a part of life. We all make mistakes and we all search in the wrong areas, and then we're supposed to learn from that and grow from that. It's a butterfly experience, you know what I mean? It's the caterpillar, and then you change and you grow. And no, she was just a very hungry caterpillar her whole life.
Yes.
That's my issue.
Very good way to put it. But to circle back around, when I hear Leonard Skinner, I think of that time, and it's a good memory, which is why it sucks that I hate the song now.
Yeah.
Because of the lyrics.
This bird you cannot change. Yeah. I can't remember. I want to say, because Chris never plays that song.
Oh, he hates Leonard Skinner.
He hates Leonard Skinner. And one year I got Chris, when I worked at Home Depot, I asked Chris if he would play music for our company Christmas party. While we were eating, if he'd do some guitar in the background and do his gig. Mm-hmm. And he agreed for free. I said, he'll probably do it for free, so you won't have to pay him. It wouldn't be out of budget, and we'd get some music out of it. And everybody was so excited because they'd never had that before. It's not in the budget. And so he came, and I said, my coworker, Josiah, keeps saying that he's going to yell Freebird. He's already warm. He's like, oh, I'm going to fuck with him, and I'm going to yell Freebird all night. I'm going to be that guy. And Chris is like, I'm not playing that fucking song. Fuck that guy. So Chris showed up and totally prepared for this guy to yell Freebird. And when he did, Chris stopped what he was doing and started playing Freebird.
No way. And
when it got to the guitar solo part, Chris played the solo behind his back and just fucking blew everyone. Everyone was like, yeah! Fucking Josiah was like, yes, like, oh yeah, Chris ate it the fuck up. It was so great.
That's awesome.
So that's another, like, that's a memory I have. A real memory I have is that party with Chris. It was really cool of him to do that. And
that's very cool.
yeah.
Do you know why he hates them? My husband.
Because never mind. I'm not going to say that on air. No, I don't know why he hates them. Why?
Because his band.
Open for them.
What were they called? What was the
Brimstone.
Band? Brimstone.
Brimstone opened for Lynyrd Skynyrd. I kept wanting to call them
Paper Wig and Dreams, but that's the name of the album.
Yeah, no, Brimstone opened for Lynyrd Skynyrd.
My husband's band opened for Lynyrd Skynyrd at the Something Dog Saloon.
Way back when the original band, yeah, when it was
in like 72, right before they got big, just before they ended up crashing their plane and dying.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is right when Freebird became big. And people were, it was
when people were getting on the Lynyrd Skynyrd band. Like there was starting to be it was taking off.
Lynyrd Skynyrd was touring and playing places like the Happy Dog Saloon or whatever the hell it was called. And people were coming because they'd heard of them and they wanted to come and get high and listen to this band. And,
hell yeah.
They had lines of Coke back in the green room. And they were drinking straight out of, liquor bottles and
rock and roll.
It was serious. The drummer got so loaded, he could not play drums when it was time for them to play. So Chris's band got on, and I guess the whole crowd was booing them and telling them to get off the stage. And
they thought Chris's band was like thinking that they were like, oh, we're going to play an extra set and you guys love us. And they were like, no, don't fool yourself. We're here for Lynyrd Skynyrd. So they start booing.
Chris's band was progressive Christian rock. And it was very jazzy, kind of.
It was like
progressive.
Okay.
It was a lot of notes.
Not at all musically, but you know how the band Switchfoot is a Christian rock band, but they're not like, God is mighty. Like it's
no.
It's hidden in the lyrics, but it's not blatantly about that. That's how Chris's band were. It wasn't blatantly Christian rock.
They were Christian rock.
But you could play it at a church because there was nothing like.
It was very white bread.
Yeah, there was nothing crazy about it.
But the musicianship was incredible, and there were more than 3 chords. And that's what Chris is always like. Oh, all they know is 3 chords. Lynyrd Skynyrd. And
Chris does not, and that's what I was going to say. When you asked me, why does Chris hate Lynyrd Skynyrd? I was going to say, because his band made it and his didn't. Lynyrd Skynyrd made it and his didn't.
When they only know 3 chords.
Chris does not write songs for the radio. Chris writes songs from his heart, and Chris is musically a genius and musically talented. And he wants to write a song that's in 5/4 time and then switches back and changes signatures and changes keys and is musically, like there's a certain niche of people that
there's sevenths and ninths.
There's people that are going to like listen to it and be like, this is blowing me away. But it's not like, it's not 97.5 ready. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's not. No, people love a radio tune. People do love something with a simple beat that just gets the fucking earworm in your head. An AC/DC song that you just can't get out of your fucking head. That's a radio hit. You know what I mean? And I'm not cutting on AC/DC because I love those fucking songs. And I think there's a place for them. Absolutely. They wouldn't stick around and be the songs that they are if they weren't something, right? Okay. So there's a place for them. Do I see Chris's side of the coin that's like, there's so much more to being a musician than that, and you can do so much more with music, so why not do it? Yeah, there's a place for that too. But just don't expect it to do what a fucking Lynyrd Skynyrd song is doing. And a classic blues box rhythm, every song sounds a little, just same with Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan will blow you away, but every single song sounds exactly the same, and it's just a basic 1-3-5 blues jam.
The majority of people can't listen to too many notes. They can hear a couple of chords and they like it. When it gets to be too busy, it doesn't sound appealing.
When you listen to music or it's on in the background or you want to purposely like go dancing and listen to music, your brain is just wired to want it to be simplistic and what's the word that I'm repetitive and also intuitive, like that it's going to go, like it's going to be
where you expect it to go.
Yeah, like a verse, bridge, chorus, you know, like just, and I know this is coming, and then the chorus is coming again, and it's going to be the same 8 measures with the same two measure rhythm that repeats 4 times, and it's going to be the same lyrics, and it's going to be, I can dance to it, I can move to it because it's not going to change up rhythms, and I know what's coming, and it's familiar, and it's pleasing to my brain because it's a pattern. Our brains like patterns. Chris specifically wrote songs that
they weren't like that.
Were not pleasing to that part of your brain, but should be very in the same way that you're supposed to listen to that you should listen to classical music because it like expands and lights up a different part of your mind. Mm-hmm. Chris's music would hit those people.
Yes.
Chris's music's not going to hit the dance floor.
No, you don't want to go to the Happy Dog Saloon with a bunch of guys
and listen to prog rock.
Yeah, it just didn't fit. So they're booing him off the stage. I think they even know Eric Carmen unplugged them.
Oh, really?
So they also opened for Eric Carmen, and Eric Carmen unplugged them to get him off the stage. But anyways, so they got booed off the stage at the Happy Dog Saloon, and Chris said those guys were such assholes. He said they were just assholes.
I'm sure they were high as fuck and drunk, and
like I said, the drummer got so loaded he couldn't play, so
he was like slumped at his set.
This was the cool thing. They got Chris's drummer to play the set.
Was it Scott?
No. What was his name? Bernie? No.
Oh, I don't know.
Bernie Now? No, I think that was the piano player. It wasn't Scott, or maybe it was Scott.
Was it Scott Gruel?
Maybe it was Scott.
Rest
I think
in peace,
it was Scott. Anyways, their Brimstone's drummer got to play
with Leonard
Skinner. So it was kind of cool. But yeah, Chris has had a bad taste in his mouth about them ever since that bad experience. Nowadays, because when he used to tell me that story, I used to be like, because he would be like, oh, they're just mad because we played better than them. And I was like, yeah, that's what they really were thinking, Chris. And I just straight up tell my husband that because I don't mince words with him. Chris has come around. He can appreciate Leonard Skinner now.
Chris was also very straight edge. He wasn't a drinker, and he never tried drugs, and that he absolutely was. It was in his head that if you did those things, that you were just kind of a piece of shit. He was a little. I think he's judgmental.
Because I think the guys in his band were like that.
I think he thought
they were funny.
Yeah, and I think so's Anthony. When Anthony Kiedis got straight, and the other guys in his band didn't, they had the same feeling of like. And he even wrote about this in his book, that they were kind of like, we get it. You think you're better than us, that you're fucking sober now.
Chris didn't come from that walk of life. Put it that way. His family was together. His parents stayed married till the day they died. He didn't grow up in a party atmosphere like I did, where we're having, biker parties and women taking their shirts off.
That's what I'm saying. He looked down on it.
Maybe he did look down on it. I don't know. I just think, I don't know that he looked down on it. I just think that he didn't come from that walk of life, so he wasn't interested in it.
He didn't want to do sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
No.
Chris wanted to play music. He wanted to be a musician, and he looked down on anybody that was using shitty 3-chord music as a way to get famous and get some blow. And, I just don't think that
he was bitter that he didn't make it when he was so much more talented than any of those guys. He could play their solos better than them, which is something, with his eyes closed behind his back.
Yeah. And that's something he still doesn't get, is that you have to play to the crowd. Like, that's what being in the industry is. Being in the industry and getting picked up is playing to the crowd. It is writing a song that the radio will play.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You don't get in if you don't play the fucking game. It's a little bit better nowadays. There's more options and more opportunities, and people branch out a little bit more. But still, who's competing with the bands that are getting promoted and that are writing the catchy hits? Like, you're not you have your following, and that's great, but you're not going to be selling out stadiums,
Right.
And you just have to decide if that's okay. I don't want to sell out a stadium. I want to sell out a small venue with people who absolutely love my music, and then not be fucking bitter that you're not that other band.
Exactly.
And Chris wanted it both ways. So,
Yep.
and a part of me gets it because I can listen to Chris and I can hear the music, and being a musician myself, I can appreciate the intricacy and the precision and the how
The talent.
Yeah, just all of it. But I also get, like, when you go to a bar and you're playing a gig, you better play shit that the crowd's going to sing to.
Right.
That's what they want.
Exactly.
Like Garth Brooks said when I went to see Garth Brooks, he said, I know what you're all here for, and you're not here for my new stuff. We're going to stick to the old stuff. I know what you're here for. And we all said, thank you. Play the hits. Like, no one gives a fuck about your new song. We love you respectfully. Don't play that shit. You just got to get it. You just got to know.
Blame it all on my roots. Yeah. Everyone wants to hear that.
Yeah. That's it. Do that. Do that 5 times more than playing the new one time. Please.
I love that song, The Dance.
I know.
It makes me cry every time.
Oh, songs get me.
And I love Shameless.
Don't get me started on Shameless. It's my favorite.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Watching him sing that live.
Good stuff.
Oh, I get absolute chills all the way down my body.
I can see that. I just got chills all the way down my body just thinking about it.
Oh, so good. Love that song.
It's out of my hands. Now I'm shameless.
Oh, yeah. He just does it.
Yeah.
He's so passionate. I'm going to listen to Garth Brooks later. I'm going to put my Garth Brooks CD in later and jam out. Because I own every box set. Talk about selling out to the public. You just keep putting out box sets. Well, guess what? I'm going to keep buying them. Sign me up.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I love him so much. God, I love Garth Brooks. I cried so many times at that show. And it was his birthday, and the Pittsburgh Steelers came out and sang happy birthday to him.
No way.
Yeah, it was amazing. He played 2 shows on his birthday. He played an afternoon gig, took like an hour break. Well, it ended up being more than that because the parking to get in and out everybody got in late, and the show was supposed to end at 11, and he was like, no, I promised y'all like a 3-hour show and we're going to play.
Oh.
So whatever they find him, he was like, I don't give a fuck. And he played his whole fucking set. I don't think I got home from Pittsburgh until like 4 a.m.
Oh, geez. That's really cool.
It was wild. Yeah, no, he played his whole, if you listen back to the recordings, he had been singing so much and he gives it his all. His voice was fucking shot. He was like, I'm shameless.
Oh,
and
really?
So fucking shot. Didn't matter because I was singing at the top of my lungs and I couldn't hear it. I was just excited to see him. I was excited as a motherfucker that he was just in the same room as me.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was amazing.
Shall we talk about
multiple dreams that Garth Brooks and I are friends, and I will be at one of his shows and I'll do one of these and he'll be like, hey, meet up with me after the show, and that we're like buds and we talk.
That's cool.
Multiple dreams that's happened. And I like to think that it's actually a premonition and it's going to happen someday.
I think it will.
We're going to be buds.
Man, you'll have to introduce me.
We'll see. Of course. All right, Mama, are you ready to get to part 3? I can't wait to hear.
I can't wait.
The dramatic conclusion.
Okay.
Of the West Mesa murders.
Viewer discretion. We are talking about murder, prostitution, child prostitution, and murder. If that's going to trigger you, step away.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Come back for a different episode. So, the investigation, as we said, this is part 3. I'm not going to recap the whole deal. So
I'm not doing all of that for you. Go watch the other.
Go watch episode 1 and 2. It's got everything you need to know in it.
We're diving right in.
Yes.
So spoilers coming.
The investigation challenges were, the murders were discovered years after they were actually killed, meaning that all that evidence was lost.
Yeah. Good one. That popped like way down here in your chest. I heard that.
It did. Okay. Which left them with limited physical evidence. And then they had over 1,500 tips that had to be investigated. Also, one thing they felt certain of was that this was the work of a single killer.
Yeah.
So luckily they, I don't know why I just said luckily. I'm just rambling at this point.
It's okay.
Anyways, they did have some suspects. There were several persons of interest that had been investigated, but no arrests had ever been made. And the FBI came up with a profile. So the profile was they were looking for a white male,
Shocker.
35 to 50, lives alone, or is away from home for extended periods of time. Probably has a record, probably has familiarity of the prostitution trade, which described a lot of people. And they really, it's kind of just vanilla. It's just kind of a vanilla person.
I really feel like you'd have to have some familiarity, even if it was in the past that you lived in that specific Albuquerque area and you knew how untouched that West Mesa was. I don't think that he came upon it by chance once and was like, oh, this is good, and I'll just keep using it. Like, it seemed more knowledgeable to me, but again, I'm not from that geographic location. Maybe he had no knowledge and just looked around and was like, yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's been here. I don't see it. No fucking houses, no street lights. You know, I guess I could see it either way, but because I guess I think around here, there are areas that I've noticed that are, since I've been born, that are still untouched, cultivated, and you could dump somebody there and nobody's ever in that area, and it would go unknown for probably a long time. And I know that by driving by it and just being a true crime fan and thinking things like that from being in the area.
If I needed to get rid of a body.
Yeah, I guess it's a creepy thing to think, but like there are just certain
this
areas
would be the spot.
where I was like, I wouldn't want to be alone in this area because no one's going to find you. You know what I mean? So I guess that's why I think that. But no, I guess it could have just been happened upon.
Well, to narrow it down, they really needed a new lead. They ended up offering a $100,000 reward to anyone who could help them convict the West Mesa killer.
Okay. That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, and leads came in, but nothing
came of it. I'm hoping that there's one girl that's like, I felt like this guy was going to fucking kill me, but I got away. I'm hoping that there was one that could give some sort of a helpful.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about the two main suspects.
Okay.
We had the two main suspects.
I suppose.
Lorenzo Montoya. Okay, so in 1999, Babcock had an encounter with a man who had picked up a prostitute. They followed him, and when she got out of the car, she said that man was trying to kill her. This is clear back in 99, before any of this happened.
Which is like 5 years before they know that people started going missing.
Yes. So what the scenario that you're talking about, hoping they had happened.
Okay.
The guy was Lorenzo Montoya. And I know that name makes him sound like he's real Spanish or something. Yeah. He was white. He looked white. He didn't look like a Spanish guy.
Okay. So he was generations out from a Montoya type name.
Right.
Okay.
He was born in 1962, and he lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico, near the West Mesa area.
Okay.
He did have a criminal history, including drug-related offenses and violent behavior toward women. Physically, he was a short guy, but very powerfully built in his 30s. In other words, muscular.
Okay.
Known to have a short temper and a taste for prostitutes.
Okay.
So when this happened with the woman, there were marks on her throat. And she said Montoya seemed like he was enjoying choking her and that he was getting off on it and that he was going to kill her.
Okay.
So they did arrest him at that time for felonious assault. And he ended up being released because the woman then backed down and refused to testify against him.
Okay.
So then he's just going free from then on.
Okay.
On December 10th now of 2006, so this is about 7 years later.
Okay.
Montoya picked up a prostitute and actually sexually assaulted her, strangled her, killed her, wrapped her up in a blanket, in the meanwhile was caught in the act of putting her body in the trunk of his car by the victim's boyfriend, who shot and killed him at the scene.
Oh.
So you didn't get to this part?
No.
Yeah. So Montoya was killed in 2006.
Okay.
Now, mind you, all of those pictures stopped, before he was killed. In other words, nothing ever happened after 2006. So he's a good suspect for this because
Okay. Now, let's recap a little bit timeline-wise. So I know that girls were going missing in 2004 and 2005.
Yes.
They found the remains of the 11 starting in 2009
Yes.
when she had been investigating for a while now.
Right. Like 4 years.
Yes. So she compiled a list of 18 that fit her profile that she created, and 11 of them were on it and found. So
Yes.
it's safe to say, well, statistically higher to say that the chances are that the other 7 women are probably dead somewhere that they just haven't found yet. You're saying that all of those disappearances happened between 2004 and 2006?
Yes.
And then
the people on her
stopped?
list. Yes.
Okay.
Which makes it seem like, well, if they stopped, this could be a reason why he died.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just making sure because
But he's definitely a killer.
I was wondering if people were still going missing in 2007 and in 2008.
No,
okay.
no. So, if anything, the previous attempt that he got busted
In
for
99.
in 99 shows that this is a repeat behavior.
Yes.
He just didn't get away with killing her at that time.
She got away that time
She
because
got
he was
away.
newer to it.
Yes. And then he got better at it and was burying people from 2003 to 2005. And
then he had to change locations because the housing development started.
Yes. And then in 2006, he was caught with the body of the prostitute. He was putting her in the trunk of his car.
Okay.
And shot and killed. So he looks good for this.
Could be.
In police talk.
Yeah.
He looks good for it. All right. He lived very close to the West Mesa burial site.
Okay.
His known victims fit the same victim profile: sex work, ties, vulnerable women. And his death aligns with the estimated end of the West Mesa killings from 2003 to the 2005.
Okay.
Important limitations: no forensic evidence.
Were they able to get a warrant on his house and look for trophies or anything?
Didn't say. I don't know. Police have never officially named him as the killer. They can't. And his involvement remains unproven.
Yeah.
But here is one of the, what do they call that? A wrench in the gears? Or you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Sofera Moya was a woman who went missing after Montoya was shot and killed. So she was on Ida's list, and she went missing after 2006.
Okay.
All right, so that was one wrinkle.
It's not like he's the only guy out there killing hookers.
This is true. This is true.
It is strange, but it wouldn't surprise me if at least 2 girls on that list were 2 random guys and random encounters.
Could be.
And not that guy. You know what I mean? Just because of what we talked about before, just because of people that want control, and that's where you go. People who aren't going to be looked for, people you can overpower, and who are, first of all, willing to get into your car.
Right.
And then nobody goes looking for them,
Unfortunately.
So, okay. All right.
All right. So at the end of 2009, 2 more women were identified of the 11 found in West Mesa. They were also on Ida's list. They were Evelyn Salazar and Virginia Cloven. That left only one set of nameless remains left to be identified. And they did. She was identified as 15-year-old Jamie Barella. She was not a prostitute, but she was last seen with one of the prostitutes on the list.
Okay.
She was her cousin, Evelyn Salazar.
Okay. So maybe he grabbed 2 at once.
So
even.
Yeah, her remains, Evelyn was found in the Mesa 11.
Yeah.
So there were still 7 other women who fit the profile on Ida Lopez's list who were not found at the West Mesa site. But at this time, Ida was still on the case. She was reviewing old interviews with her girls, trying to see if she had overlooked anything. So, she's just doing everything she can to try to find this.
Well, as you learn more, facts that didn't mean anything before can now mean something. So it's good to review.
So then, in 2010, in Joplin, Missouri, all hell breaks loose with the media.
Oh, yes.
You did see this?
No. Isn't this when Oh, maybe I don't know what you're going to say. When you said Joplin, it reminded me of the tornado, but that might have been way later. Joplin got hit by a tornado and leveled.
Oh, didn't know that.
Some of the town. I think so. I watched a documentary on that, and I thought it was Joplin.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not what I was going to say.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay.
Basically, a search warrant was issued for a local photographer by the Albuquerque Police Department, by them. One of the locations that they searched was right next door to the newspaper. So the news people found out about it, and then the story blew up in the news. They found a suspect for the West Mesa murders.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
So this guy that they searched, and this is one that they did not give his name.
Okay.
He had been in Albuquerque taking pictures during the Albuquerque 2004 Hot Air Balloon Festival.
Okay.
So he's from Missouri, but he traveled to Albuquerque to do this festival, to take pictures, because he's a photographer. But they think he was taking photographs of the prostitutes in the war zone as well. So they search his home and his offices, and the detectives absolutely refused to say why they were investigating him. So the possible theories are that he might have got a photo of the killer while he was, photographing the streets or the festival.
I don't think it's that, because they would have just asked him and he probably would have been psyched to help them. Most people are like, yeah, look at my pictures if it could help. So you wouldn't need a warrant for that.
You wouldn't. But another theory was that he might be the killer.
You'd need a warrant for that then.
So
you'd have to suspect him of some sort of something foul if you went straight to getting a warrant and enacting it in secrecy, as opposed to contacting him, telling him about your investigation, asking for cooperation, asking for him to come in, asking if he's willing to volunteer information.
But they refused to name him as a suspect. They just refused to say anything about anything. They were keeping it all way down low.
Okay.
So that's all we know. All we know is that nothing was found, and they gave back all of the things that they had taken.
Okay.
So,
well, also he was in Albuquerque once. Maybe they only released a part of what they know, which is also I get why you would do that, but
maybe he went back every year to film.
I was going to say,
to photo the festival.
Okay, even if you only did that every year and you stay a few days, then he's killing 9 women a year in a 3-day period?
Yeah. It's just weird.
Or if it's over 3 years, 6 women a day and a 3, what? I don't know. So, that's wild. 2 women a night.
Right.
For every 3 days, every 3 years, for 3 years in a row.
I mean, it sounds to me like they suspected him of something.
There would have had to have been a lot more fucking in and outs to Albuquerque.
But they didn't get anything.
Okay, well, I'm sure if there was something to get, they would have, but...
So that's the end of the suspect list. That's the first guy. What was his name? Lorenzo Montoya. And this photographer.
Inigo Montoya.
Who's that?
Isn't that the guy from Princess Bride?
The Princess Bride?
Yeah.
You killed my father, you son of a bitch.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my brother. Now he must die. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're left with, well, there are no more murders happening that we know of. So it was probably that guy. It was probably Lorenzo. That's what I feel. He makes the most sense.
Well,
oh, and here's the thing. Interestingly, the one woman who went missing after he was shot and killed, Sofera Moya,
yeah.
she was found alive in prison. So she wasn't
she's
killed.
The woman that got off the list.
She ended up being found alive. So yeah.
So she's not one of the 18.
So she's not one of the 18.
Okay,
right.
So she's not a loose...
No.
She's not a loose end then?
No.
Okay, well, you said she was a wrench in the gears.
At the time.
Oh, okay. They thought...
At the time.
Okay.
They finally found her then. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but I do like knowing that if he even killed that one woman that somebody took him out.
Yeah.
Street justice. I don't know. It doesn't leave me feeling good.
No, I know.
Because, one thing I was going to say is that, like, maybe when he found out Chick started investigating and was snooping around and asking questions, Ida, and the housing development fucked up his burial ground anyways, he moved to Arizona.
And he's doing it somewhere else.
But what makes me believe that that's less likely is because the FBI was involved and they didn't say like, well, we have a similar MO here. But what if he did the same exact thing in Arizona and went to like the smallest little town to hookers in the war zone area of this place, and no one there was making connections and no one there was reporting it to higher authorities, just like they hadn't been before. You know, what if it's like in another 5 years they do find that out because some intuitive woman is like, these are actually connected, and then she tells somebody, you know,
which would suck.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it was.
It would suck that this guy is that good at not getting caught. You know?
Yeah. Yes.
Unfortunately, Dan Valdez, Michelle's dad, died in 2015. So he never learned who killed his daughter. I know. So sad. And Ida retired. But she still works the tip line for the West Mesa murders. And she emphasizes that the case still has multiple persons of interest and that the investigators are being careful not to prematurely focus on a single suspect. Her statement is, authorities do not want to discourage tips by suggesting the case is solved or narrowed. So,
well,
that's where it stands.
That's wild.
I know.
Believe that after that guy died that they weren't able to like get into his place and like find something.
I know.
Because I'm sure whoever was doing this had something of these girls. You know what I mean?
Typically they do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they want to relive it. And obviously it went through the escalation period. Well, thanks for sticking it out with us. And we hope you enjoyed this series. We wish it would have ended with a found killer. But I truly feel like
it could have been Lorenzo.
It was Lorenzo. That makes a lot of sense. I hope that it was, because I hope that he's not out there.
I guess I just want to know more. I guess I want to look up and see if there's any record of them ever issuing a search warrant on his place. Like, I can't, after all the fucking work they did and how hungry they were to find this guy and to solve this and like find justice, I can't imagine that once they were onto him and found out that he got popped for killing someone, that they didn't still try to put it to rest, like do a search warrant, look through his place, like I just want to know if they ever did any more to.
I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say. But
all right. Well, let us know what you guys think. Do you think that it seems like Lorenzo's a good fit for this and the murders stopped? Or if you feel like me and you want a goddamn name and you want evidence and you want to know, even if it's him, I still want, like, what's the evidence? Like, I want to know it's him and he's dead, but it was him and we're sure it's him. Like, yeah. I just, again, want to say that Ida Lopez is amazing. And I'm so thankful that we have people like her in this world that will follow their instincts and who are in the exact position that they were obviously meant to be in.
Yeah.
And take their job seriously and treat people with humanity and respect and deserve that all people deserve, to be found. And
right.
All families deserve an answer. And just very thankful for her and the other investigators that got on board that were willing to form that monthly task force, and the investigators who started once they were sure that they had a serial killer, and everybody that got on board with that just was a good team.
They sure worked diligently to try to find evidence and try to find all of the bodies.
Yeah.
That was what was hard, is when do I give up looking?
Yeah.
At how far out do I go?
Yeah.
So they went.
Well, luckily they had those
75 football fields.
Luckily they had those map images, and from above, like with a drone or something, you could tell, oh, we should dig here because that's definitely it looked like a fucking grave site. You could tell what had been a fucking rectangle cut out of the earth. You could, so they had some help to know, like, is it worth continuing to dig or not? But still, the excavation itself was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And then getting the remains, assembling them, doing facial recognition if necessary,
Everything.
looking at dental. She had to go to each one of those families, some of whom had given up hope, ask if they still had anything that they could use to pull DNA or identify. There was just a lot of work that went into that, and
Sure was.
a lot of credit owed to them. So,
yeah, they really worked diligently, and I think that the case is probably could be closed. That's my take on it because of Montoya.
Okay.
But tell us what you think.
Yeah.
And let's leave a heart for all of the West Mesa murder victims today. Let's leave a white heart for peace.
Yes.
And tune in next time. It's going to be another good case for you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your moms, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.